Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a very simple mob XP farm that will spawn zombies, skeletons, creepers, and spiders, so you can get drops from all of them, all your gunpowder, rotten flesh if you need that for whatever reason, bows, bones, arrows, whatever it is that you need, but it will also get you a ton of XP. It is very simple to build, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find yourself an ocean, not a river or a lake, but it has to be an ocean like this. And then to figure out where to build it, go into your settings, and then video, and then just temporarily go to your render distance and turn it down to 8 chunks. And I don't know if I already mentioned this, but this farm works on Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. So then what you can do is you can just grab yourself a boat, any type of boat, it doesn't matter, and then keep sailing out here until you do not see any land nearby. Like literally nothing. You cannot see like anything. It just has to be all water, or otherwise this farm will not work because the mobs will be spawning on like the other like surfaces. So I have not even gone out very far yet, but as you can see, there's no visible land nearby in sight with my render distance at 8 chunks. So then you can just go back into your video settings and turn it back up to whatever you like. I just have it at 40, which is the recommended. And then as you can see, now you can see land and other things like that other farm that I made, but nothing will be able to spawn on those because it is more than 8 chunks away. So now for you to be able to like place a block out here, instead of like going to the bottom of the water and placing up or using lily pads, I'm pretty sure that, let's see, I think you can just place off of boats. Let's see. Okay, it actually looks like you cannot, but you can place off of this, the kelp. You can place off of the kelp, and there's going to be a lot of that. So then, now you just have a block like this, and you will want to go about 100 blocks up into the air. Okay, so you could just like go up 100 blocks and then use ladders, but I'm going to be using scaffolding because you can just like, it's only like takes up 1 block, if that makes sense, but basically you don't have to like get a bunch of blocks and then a bunch of ladders, and you can also just stand right here at the bottom and place all of it. So it's really easy to use. I went into survival to do this, so that way I actually knew that I was placing 100 blocks. But there we go. So now I'm going to go back into creative, and then I can just go up to the top of this. And then to use scaffolding, if you didn't know, you just go in here and hold the jump button, and then you go up. If you like, you could like press it a bunch, but then like it's just gonna be much slower, so I don't know why you would do that. But just like hold down the jump button, and then as you can see, you will go up like this. But I'm just gonna fly. I think it might be faster. I don't know, it might be the same speed. Okay, there we go. And now I'm at the top. Once you're at the top, go 2 blocks in one direction and 2 blocks in the other. This doesn't really matter a whole lot, but you basically just want to make like a little platform that you can stand on. The dimensions don't really matter as far as I know. I don't really think that they matter. It doesn't have to be a super big platform, just enough for you to stand on and for there to be enough room for you to kill the mobs. So once you have done that, just go like right here. Actually, I'm going to expand it one more like this, and then you will want to place 2 blocks like that, 2 more like that, 2 more like that, and 2 more like that. Actually, I'm going to be using glass for this, but I also need to get tinted glass. So yeah, I'm going to replace this with glass. There we go. And then we want this to be 20 blocks high. So what you're gonna do is, if you want to use glass, you can go up 10 blocks with glass, but then for the second 10 blocks, like, so the first block through the 10th block, you can use glass. The 11th block through the 20th block, you use either tinted glass or solid blocks. So here's 1, go up 10 if you're using glass, and then for the second 10 blocks to get you up to 20, use solid blocks or tinted glass. Okay, once you have gone up 20 blocks, you will want to take just any solid block, or you could do tinted glass too. Basically, just make sure that it is a block that no light can get through, and go out 8 blocks in every direction. Okay, once you have done that, so I'm actually going to go out here and just make sure that I've not gone like too far out. where mobs might be able to like spawn. So if I just turn my render distance down to 8 chunks, let's see. Okay, I still cannot see any land, but what I'm actually going to do is just go right here and go down to the bottom. And no, I still cannot see any land, so I'm good. Alright, so I'm going to go back up to the top. I'm going to first turn my render distance back up, because it is very annoying to have it super low like that. And then just go back up. I'm totally using the scaffolding. I'm kidding, I'm not. So, look, this is when I'm just using the scaffolding. This is when I'm flying and using the scaffolding. So, definitely faster. Oh yeah, so then you'll want to go to the top and go to the end and go up 2 blocks and do this for every single one of them. Go up 2 blocks. Make sure that you're placing it on this 8th block and not like 1 block out. And then go off to the side like this and make a 2 block tall wall all the way around these edges. And if you want to, you can leave out these corners, but I'm going to fill them in. Okay, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect all of these. So basically just like go like this, connect that, do that on every side, and then fill all of this in. Okay, now once you have done that, it should look something like this. And you are next going to need a water bucket and trapdoors of any kind. So first, just take the water and place 2 buckets like that on every side. And before you do that, I would actually recommend going over to the side, just like this, and then making an infinite water source, because it is going to take 8 buckets of water in total to fill up all of this. So just go like that. And then I would also recommend placing like a water bucket on the side, like if you need to go back down to get more materials, so that way you don't have to like struggle to get back up. And then, like I said, go on every side, placing 2 water buckets. And then it all should flow down just like that. As you can see, it is not flowing down at all, but it goes right to the edge. So if a mob spawned and they fell down here, then they would get pushed to the edge and then fall down, just like that. So now once you go back up to the top, you're going to, well, really you shouldn't like fall down like that, but you're gonna want to go up to the top and place trapdoors all along like this, and then make sure that they are closed. So that way the mobs will like see these trapdoors, think that it is a full block that they can walk on, and then fall into the water. So do that on every side. Alright, once you have placed all of the trapdoors, it should look like this. And I should have already said this earlier, but after you do the water buckets, you can just go ahead and get rid of this infinite water source, because we will not be needing it anymore. So now that you have all of those trapdoors, you want to do a 2 block tall wall around the entire thing, so that way the mobs cannot get out. Okay, once you have done that, just go to any spot on the wall, place 1 temporary block right there, and then 1 more block right there, and then make the roof. But before you do that, if you do not want to have spiders to spawn, they need a 2x2 area to spawn on. So basically, just make sure that there are like no 2x2 areas. So you would like place a trapdoor on like every other block, just like this. And the reason that you like wouldn't want spiders to spawn is because sometimes they can like climb back up, and it's just like really annoying to like try to fix that. So you can just place trapdoors on every other block, so that way there are not any 2x2 areas, so that way no spiders will spawn. Alright, so once you have done that, it should look something like this, and as you can see, there are no 2x2 areas. And if you want to do that, then after that, just add the roof, and then the mobs should start spawning once you go down to the bottom. Alright, now I probably should have already showed this step earlier, but it's okay. Now, first of all, before I get onto this next step, you're going to want to get some torches, and then just place them around, so that way no mobs are spawning down here. And then you'll also want to do that on the roof too, so that way no mobs spawn up here when it is like nighttime. Because if the roof is not lit up, or if you use solid blocks like slabs, or not slabs, like smooth stone or cobblestone like I'm doing, then mobs are going to be able to spawn at night. So you just want to make sure that this is well lit. But what you can do is replace the full blocks with slabs, and then no mobs will be able to spawn. So now once you come back down to the bottom, I'm going to replace this bottom row with solid blocks. Probably should have also shown that earlier, but it's alright. And then I will replace those with solid blocks as well, because then I'm going to get some slabs. Make sure to do this so that way no baby zombies can get out. And then just go like that, and then you will still be able to hit them. And then you'll want to go in here and get mud blocks, which I know what you might be thinking, you don't have a swamp nearby. That is okay, because there's actually a very easy way to get mud. If you just get dirt and then a water bottle, then you can just do this. Place down a piece of dirt, click on it with the water bottle, and it becomes mud. And you only need 4 pieces. So break those and replace them with mud. That way, since they're not a full block, like things will be able to go through it and be picked up by a hopper without it having to be a hopper minecart. Whoops. Now just replace those. So now you are going to want to go below this and then place 4 hoppers like this. Actually, never mind, my mistake. So you're gonna want to kind of go out from one of these scaffolding blocks and then just make a little platform. And as you can see, mobs are already spawning in this farm. And there's a couple zombies. So you'll want to go below this, and then I actually need slabs again. There we go. Whoops. Replace those 2 blocks. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Replace those 2 blocks with slabs. Do 2 chests like that. And then make sure that all of these chests go in, or all of these hoppers go into the chest. Just like this. And then you'll want to place more chests below it, as however many as you want. And then you just go like that. So what I'm actually going to do is just have all of them lead into one hopper. So for example, I'm going to do this one, which will go into that one. But as you can see, if I put something in there, it is going to go down into that chest. And as you can see, a bunch of mobs have already spawned already. So as you can see, it works pretty well. So then there's no creepers yet, but we have 5 mobs, 3 skeletons, and 2 zombies. So then I'm just going to come up here, and as you can see, if I drop things onto this, now these mobs are kind of actually picking it up, but it's okay, the skeletons are not. So then if we come down here, you can see that you have the items down there in the hoppers. And then if I just get a sword, I'm going to clear my inventory really quick. Whoops. And then, whoops. Then I'm going to grab just an iron sword. And then go into survival. There we go. As you can see, oh, the skeletons can still shoot you. Okay, that's a problem. So you'll want to kind of make sure that the skeletons don't hit you and kill you, because that would be bad. I'm not really sure how to prevent that, honestly, but what you could do is you could place campfires there, but then the levels might actually burn. But anyways, that is a very simple way to do this. It is cheap, it is easy. So anyways, that's about it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!